This programme contains some strong language.
So there I was, on the march, with a sheep and a pig and a chicken and a message. And all I could think about was, how did it come to this? I was supposed to be making a programme about disgusting meat.
Not that bad.
But let me tell you, it was a journey involving, amongst other things, a load of chicken skin.
Oh, jeez.
A rather peeved Chef Ramsay.
These Australian lamb shanks that you said were shit in a bag, they're on sale at Booker. They're on sale at Booker at the moment, and as you're the face of Booker...
A fish.
It worked! They couldn't keep away from the flesh! Look at this!
Some meat-making machinery.
He just wants to know a bit more about the process, how it works, how...
That I wasn't allowed to see. Some young ladies in bat bikinis.
Whoa!
Look at me!
Oh
Look
my
at me!
My goodness. Nice babs.
And a whole load of techniques our food manufacturers use to put far less meat and far more crap into their products, and how they get away with slipping in the bits of animal that you probably don't want to be eating. But anyway, I now had a message for the Food Standards Agency.
We can't write shit.
What?
We're not allowed to write shit.
Why not?
We're the BBC, who are expected to maintain certain standards.
That's what, you know, that's the point we're making. You know, by eating this shit, you can save animals.
Last year, as the BBC's resident connoisseur of crap, I made a programme about Britain's really disgusting food and created my own pie brand, Mr. Riley's.
It's Mr. Riley's Pies! There's always a big surprise in Mr. Riley's Pies.
I'd become the proud daddy of a pie filled with a little meat and a lot of other stuff, like pigskin, connective tissue and hydrogenated fat. Disgusting, yes, but it tasted okay, and it was very, very cheap. It also whetted my appetite to dig a bit deeper into the food business.
Microwavable mixed grill.
And where better to start than meat?
Look at that.
I wanted to find out how low manufacturers were prepared to go without breaking the law. I decided to begin with Britain's favourite fast food, the beef burger. What I was looking for was the secret of how to make a burger as cheaply as possible, which probably meant using as little beef as possible.
Well, 4 beef quarter pounders for £1. 73% beef, 10% onion.
The supermarkets appeared to have become super worthy by putting loads of beef in their burgers. So I turned to the cash and carries, suppliers of the burgers you might find in your local burger van, chip shop or cafe, where you'll never get to see a list of ingredients. And it was in Best Ways Cash and Carry that I struck gold.
Butler's Burgers. Beef, 47%. Beef hearts, 21%. This is worthy of further investigation.
I had my inspiration, a burger that was less than 50% meat, which was possibly the reason for each burger in the box costing me only 17p. All I needed now was someone to tell me how they managed to stretch one cow between as many burgers as possible. That man was Richard Guy from the Real Meat Company, a cow-rearing visionary.
They've been interesting with the terminology here. By putting the word economy in between seasoned and burgers, they can roll all the way down to 47%, less than half. If you're going to call a beef burger, it's actually got to have 62% in it, which still ain't what I'd call a beef burger, but in European law, that you can get away with.
So hang on, 47% then, so that is the legal minimum that you can do.
And these guys are skimming right on it.
You know, in a way, these are very clever people. They have managed to create a burger that's right at the legal limit.
So if you've been making your beef burgers to the letter of the law and using 62% beef, stop right there, because the FSA, our Food Standards Agency, have decreed that by just inserting the magic word economy, you can drop the beef percentage right down to 47%. Of course, that leaves you having to make over half your burger out of other things.
What's interesting to me is the fact that the second largest ingredient is beef heart, 21%. Why would they go to all the trouble of getting the beef content down to 47% and then go and put 21% beef heart in there?
Well, because they're cheap chips, really. I mean, you're then down to something that's almost a waste product. I mean, beef hearts aren't widely sold. I don't think you'd see one in a supermarket. So, you know, they're almost dumped onto the open market. Nothing wrong with eating beef hearts, but would you go home and say, let's make some beef burgers? I know, I must go and get a beef heart. You know, it's not what you do.
Well, if your name was Mr. Riley, that's exactly what you'd do. Richard was going to help me create my own economy burger, inspired by the ingredients listed on the Batley's Economy Burger box.
Is this beef?
Yeah, this is beef tail.
Oh, is that tripe? Oh, yeah, that looks horrible. Tripe.
First, we needed to get hold of that vital cow ingredient, the heart.
Look at the size of it.
Yeah, it's all protein with a little bit of fat on the outside. An unhealthy cow.
Looks perfect.
Obviously, my burger was not going to be only heart. We did have to use some other bits of the cow.
Any old beef will do for what we're doing.
Okay, what's this thing here? It's got nose. Nose.
Oh, it's a nose.
Oh, yes. Oh, we'll take that then.
And do you have any actual beef fat on its own?
Just fat.
Yeah, could we have some of that as well?
That's it there. Do you usually sell beef fat? It's rubbish, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Probably just throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
So, but we'll have it. It weighs a ton, this. I'll tell you what, we're going to do a lot of burgers out of this mixture. Oh.
It was time to reverse engineer a burger for Mr. Riley. Richard had an in a posh butcher's.
Very posh.
Well, I'll actually have to make a phone call to see if you can put cow nose in. I don't know what part of the animal that counts on. Can you put a cow's nose in a burger? Is that beef? Definitely not.
Don't despair if you've already rushed out and purchased a cow's nose. If you remove its hairs by waxing or shaving, you might find a place for it in some sort of a stew. Luckily for me, my cow's nose was attached to my cow's cheeks, and they were fine to put in a burger.
It's another bit there. Cheeks. Cow's cheeks.
Cheek meat's allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Put that in. Heart. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like any heart. It's just a muscle.
Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, it's like a banjo. I bet that's a bit chewy. Of the meat we put in, we can include within that meat 25% fat, and then we can add fat in after as well. That's lovely, lovely white, thick, saturated fat.
Now, seeing as this is a programme about meat, well, meat and fat and heart and things, I won't bore you with the rest. Suffice it to say that we also had to add a load of rusk to bulk it out and a fair sprinkling of chemicals to make it stick together and last a long time.
Yet another one to delay the rancidity of the fat.
Mince! Yeah, look at the fat.
Okay, so the moment of truth, chaps.
Should we do the medium?
I should do pretty well done, actually.
I should point out that the reason my creation has disintegrated is because I hadn't chilled it before cooking to allow it to set.
Look at that. That's what I like to do with a burger, like make it into a sort of a mincemeat surprise.
But you'll get the taste of it.
Yeah,
When it's all cooked.
There we go.
Horrible.
It's gooey, isn't it?
Horrible.
Chandler.
Not that bad.
It struck me that when we eat economy burgers like these beauties, we never get to appreciate their genius because we've no idea what's in them. I decided to take my own Batley's-inspired economy burgers to the street and reveal all. And I got in Scott, a food expert fellow, to make sure they didn't fall apart this time.
Look at that meaty goodness.
I was in the mood for something hot and tasty.
Hi there. Do you want to come and try some barely legal burgers? Well, it's 47% beef.
Oh, that's too big right there.
And what's the other 50?
Well, water and rusk, and it's 21% beef heart.
Oh, wicked. Oh, that's amazing.
It didn't take many burgers or many cow hearts before I was ready to draw some conclusions.
By and large, people have liked the taste of the burger.
I had sheep's testicles in Mongolia and they weren't very nice, but I think it's all right. I liked it.
I don't know if that's the booze talking, but they like the taste. They think it's quite a meaty taste. How does it rank with other burgers you've eaten?
I've had a few beers. I've got to say, went down wicked.
The beef heart has been a little bit controversial. What do you think?
Wasn't it?
Yeah. What do you think about hearts? Would you normally eat a heart?
If I knew it was